What's up, everyone? It's Kyle Azor Hype here. I am in beautiful Pasadena, California, and I thought it would be a nice little change of pace if I came outside and I wasn't inside. I'm back out here on the patio, just relaxing, and it's beautiful and sunny outside. So we will be hanging out outside here today. Hopefully, the connection isn't too bad and nothing really happens with the internet while we're out here. But we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. We're gonna try to have a stream out here. I guess it would be like California would be pretty close to Dorn. So yeah, welcome everyone. Really excited to be here with you today. And we're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna have some fun. And today is gonna be like a season 8 Q&A. What we'll do is we'll have some fun in the chat. I felt like this should be a fun live stream since we're sitting outside and it's beautiful. We can get some. You can ask your questions, and we can do all of that. So I hope everyone, like I said, is having a great day. But let's get to the live stream. Let's see who's in the chat right now. We got Tubbs. We got Mark Quinlan. We have Karen, Richmond, Nicola, Otilla, Cami. We have Helen. We have Zigzag, Jordy. I'm in Pasadena, California. We have King McKay. What's going on? Ree. No Kyle LEC today. We have JR Rally, of course. Mia Vice and Fire, Anime Lover, Otilla, Angel, Katrin. Of course, we got Maura Lee, who already made $50 in donations pre-stream. Super amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity, Morley. Today I don't have to sell my body, so I appreciate that. You're amazing. Cammy's back. Ree is back. Nice to see the both of you. Chelly. We have Chelly. We have Nicola. We have Daisy Kowalczykowski. I'm trying to scroll up. I mean, Andy was in the stream earlier. Robert Tapia. I don't know if you guys are still here. I'm trying to scroll all the way up to the top. Now let's scroll to the bottom. We have, did I say Ninor, Brian, Rick Hoppy, Rick, what's going on? Hedge Hund. I hope I'm saying that okay. Living my Rhapsody. But yeah, so today I thought it would be really cool if we hung outside and just me and you guys in the outside. And today I'm actually having a beverage. I'm having a celebratory beverage in honor of it being so nice out today. I'm going to take a sip here. And I am currently enjoying a whiskey. It is actually Johnny White Walker. I'm sure some of you have seen it. It's pretty tasty. I wouldn't say it's much much different than the regular Johnny Walker, but it's cool. It's a limited edition bottle that I get to collect, and yeah, I'm enjoying one of those. All right. Let's see. Who wants to give it a go with the first question? Let's start this off. I give it to you, chat. Your watch has started. Okay, Nicola has one. He says Azor Hype. Why only Melisandre thinks John is Azor High when it's clear he is not? What do you mean it's clear he is not? He is the probably best candidate for being Azor High. He is Ice and Fire. He may even be Lightbringer, Nicola. So I don't... the framing of your question I kind of disagree with. But I mean, Melisandre actually, she believes that both Jon and Daenerys have a role to play, obviously in the show, but in the books, she's focused on Jon. So after Stannis. So yeah, I actually think that Jon is Azor Ahai if there is one. I'm not gonna try to debate that. I mean, Daenerys is a great candidate for that, but I think, you know, here's the thing. I think multiple characters are going to have Azor Ahai moments. The Azor Ahai prophecies talk about like 3 different moments, the forging of Lightbringer. If we look at the hero's journey, there's 3 different acts. In any main storytelling, there's 3 acts. So if you kind of look at it that way, I think that you can kind of find a template for what George is trying to do with the Song of Ice and Fire, and he's trying to tell the story through many different points of view. So I don't necessarily think it will be one person as Azor Ahai, but many people will have these transformative, epiphanic moments of change, essentially, and that's what the Azor Ahai prophecy represents, is a big change for someone. Okay, so what dragons, if any, do you think will survive? Ree, I have some bad news for you. I don't think any of the dragons are going to survive. That's just my thoughts on it. I think all magic will be gone. I think, you know, speaking of breaking of the wheel, I do think there will be finality to a lot of these storylines, and I know a lot of people think that there'll be, you know, kind of this repeat cycle thing going on, but that's what George is kind of trying to tell us, is that the repeat cycles have been happening for so long, and you know, these things need to change in order for progress to be made. So I think no more dragons, unfortunately. Let's look at some more questions. Hey, everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining, by the way, today. I am super hype and happy to be relaxing out here. Anime lover Q&A baby gender name. You know, a lot of people think that John and Danny are going to have twins. I'm guessing that's what you're trying to point at. I really don't know. I think John and Danny are going to have a daughter. Maybe a daughter. It could be wrong, though. It could be a boy, both a boy and the girl. It'll be really awesome if it was a boy and it was called Edard or Ned. Otello Angel Q&A. I heard a rumor that a bunch of actors that died in the past came back to shoot something. Yeah, you know, I know they were there on set, like doing a celebratory last get together. Sean Bean was apparently there, so was Jason Momoa, a few others. So I can't really speak to that because I don't really have any information on it, Otello. But I think that I definitely think we're gonna get some, you know, some of our favorite characters returning, in perhaps visions and stuff like that. Bran's going to have a really big role in Game of Thrones season 8. About damn time. So yeah, that's kind of what I think about that. What character would you block as a friend in real life and why? Like block on Facebook or like in the phone? I don't know. As block as a friend, rephrase that question. I'm not really understanding, Helen. Smash that like button if you want to slap Sansa. That will not be tolerated, Helen. I will take away your wrench. Wow. Daisy Kowalczykowski, are dragons magic, though? Hell yeah, they're fire-made flesh. Dragons are what? Yeah, they're definitely magic. Chris Weinberger, do you think Bran might lie for Jaime? I don't think. I mean, I think it's pretty much known by. I mean, there's a sentiment that, you know, the Lannisters were kind of part of that, anyways. Yeah, it's possible that news does get out about that, but I think that there's definitely going to be some interesting interactions between Jaime and Bran. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. JR, support Kyle on Patreon. Yeah, if any of you haven't checked out my Patreon, I do bonus content on there. Early scripts for my videos. I usually do them a day or two early, usually like 2 days or a day early. You can find scripts for my videos on my writing. I do audio early, like kind of like in podcast form if you want to listen to a video. So if you do want to support the channel, you can have that opportunity. We are called the Hype Bringers on Patreon. The link is in the description of this video. Thank you for sharing that, JR. Always a fantastic mod. Of course, yeah, dragons are definitely magic. Okay. Let's see some other ones. Robert Tapia. Does Brienne end up with Jaime or Tormund? I don't think she ends up with anyone, Robert. I think that both Tormund and Jaime are probably going to die, actually. So that's kind of how I feel about that. But I do feel that Jaime and Brienne will have some sort of expression, you know, the last time they actually speak together, because they're going to meet again. And I do think it will be, you know, Jaime will express something or Brienne will express something. Probably Jaime will say, you know, something, and it will be there's a doggo barking somewhere. Sorry about that, everyone. There was actually a chainsaw going for it literally stopped 10 minutes before the stream. So, but yeah, I do think there's going to be some communication that they do love each other. I don't think it will it will never happen physically, in my opinion. Helen von Lonstein says, and you'll get fun secret video streams with Kyle, Gemma on Patreon. Yeah, me and Gemma do, you know, private live streams for our patrons. We also do, you know, obviously bonus podcast stuff, which is really fun. So thank you for mentioning that, Helen. No worries. Thank you for the question, Chris. Q&A, how many children of the Forest do you think we are alive? I mean, in the books or the show? In the books, I definitely think there's a couple left. The Isle of the Faces zigzag way. I don't know if we're going to get that in the show. I really, really friggin' hope we do. But in the show, there might not be any at all. Like, Leaf might have been like the final sacrifice type deal, you know? I'm gonna say 0 in the show. Maybe there's one more on the Isle of the Faces and Brant, like, and they're connected to the like huge Weirnet at the Isle of the Faces. Maybe we get that, but I'm not really optimistic about show having more Children of the Forest. Yeah, Carrie, thank you for being, a supporter of the channel for so long. And all of you, thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Whether you come to a live stream, you like a video, whether you comment, whether you're not a patron, whether you're a patron, whether you make a donation, whether you're crazy like Maura Lee and you do a $50 donation pre-stream, I appreciate it all. JR Rally says we have to get the Isle of the Faces. Yeah, I definitely really hoping that we do get that. Cheech and Chong, I want to see Leaf as a white serves her right for creating this mess. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people at fault here, Cheech and Chong, for what went on. Mr. Skillen, what's going on? I get to see Mr. Skillen. I believe it's on Saturday, the 20th. Is that right? Or I might be wrong. Or is it Friday? But Mr. Skillen, me and him are going to go hang out. We're going to have some tacos and whatnot. So nice to see you. Rick Hoppy says, make Mordor great. Helen, make Mordor great again. I love your appearances on Kyle's live streams. Well, you know what? I'll make a little bit of an announcement. Me and Helen are actually going to be doing Star Wars content together, and she's going to be my co-host on Marvelous for Star Wars content. So I'm really excited to announce that, but it's going to take a little time to set up because, A, I have to continue to make content here on the channel Lazora Hype if I want to keep on funding these other projects or just stay alive. First of all, and secondly, I don't have an editor currently for the Marvelous channel, and for me to take on another channel and do I can do 1 or 2 videos a week for Marvelous and still do this channel. But me and Helen are going to be doing regular Star Wars content on Marvelous when I find an editor for the channel. So we're gonna figure some stuff out. It's gonna take some time, but Helen is gonna be my co-host for Star Wars content that is coming. So. We're going to do Star Wars 9 stuff. We're going to talk about The Mandalorian. Star Wars is a huge universe, and I think there's going to be a lot of content coming, especially now that Disney has their fingers into Star Wars. Pardon me. Nicola, what dragon glass do you think will be used against the Night King? What do you mean? What dragon glass? Green or black? I mean, in the show, it's black. I mean, as far as we know, it's black, Nicola. I mean, I think Valyrian steel is going to be more important than dragon glass. Dude, buy a lotto ticket, Kyle. It's triple commas, homie. I mean, the chance of me even winning is whatever. I'm not really into that whole lottery deal. Yeah, and if anybody does know someone that is, I'm not super rich, so I can't give all my monies for an editor. But if someone knows someone that wants to get experience or someone that is willing to be an editor for Star Wars, Expanse, Marvel, DC content, let me know. Definitely, I'm definitely open to it. Obviously, I'm very picky because I edit my own videos here on channel with Zora Hype, but that is definitely something that we should do a Geek Chat Mega Million pool. That would be cool. Hey, Christy of Oldstone in the chat. Nice to see you. Question, Shadow Fox. Will the Golden Company play a part in the Great War? Yeah, definitely. Or will they just be Bruce Cersei's army? So we got to remember in the books as well that we have Aegon, who is claiming to be Rhaegar's trueborn heir. And now, I think most of us who have read the books agree that this is Fagon. That's why it's his nickname, is that he's actually a Blackfire propped up by Varys and Valyrio, and that's kind of their plan. So yeah, I think that, yeah, I do think the Golden Company is going to be part of the Endgame, for sure. What if the Children of the Forest activated the Night King because someone came to Westeros and started to destroy the Weirdos? I mean, was he actually the first White Walker? Was there other White Walkers before him? Good question. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely possible that they activated him to fight against his kin, but he seemingly still has consciousness left within him. Obviously, he can't speak, but it's communicating through symbols, and that's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to find out more about that story, and I think that we will have dincy-wincy bit of empathy for the Night King. Nicola, do you think Bran will have a flashback of how the Horn of Winter was broken? Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be a thing in the show, Nicola. In the books, I definitely think the Horn is going to be something. Good question. I think in the show, I think he's going to have flashbacks to possibly Azor Ahai, to the original Azor Ahai, seeing what's up with that, and definitely kind of more of who the Night King may actually be. If he's a Stark or whatever, he's gonna figure out who that is, I believe. Yeah, Brian, you were kind of just talking about that earlier. Eddard probably, or Lyanna. Question Golden. Yeah, we just spoke about this a little bit earlier as well. Do you think any more dragons will die? Definitely. I think all the dragons are going to die for sure. Q&A. Valor Morghulis, Syrio Forel is Jaqen H'ghar? No, definitely not. They may have his face though. I mean, but yeah, no. Syrio Forel is not Jaqen H'ghar. CC Stark says, I just want to know what's up with the baby White Walkers, or how babies are made into White Walkers, and how long does it take for them to grow fully old? Yeah, there's some theories out there that they have some sort of like expedited like growth period where they like just grow up really fast and they become White Walkers like pretty fast. I don't know. It's really interesting. I mean, baby Sam is really interesting. I mean, that baby was supposed to be given to the White Walkers, so that's definitely a thing. We're gonna find out more about that. But I know. I don't know. It's really interesting. I want to learn more about the White Walkers. That's like the thing I want to know the most. Linda, welcome. Azor Hype says, Mama Ogre, Q&A, would you be up for people giving you content ideas for Star Wars segment of Marvelous? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm always taking suggestions. Shadow Fox, donation $2 UK. UK monies. Just Hype and Love and the Night King was a good guy all along. Yeah, I definitely think that they're going to make us empathize with this person, more or less. I mean, this person was dehumanized by the White Walkers, essentially, when they got this element shoved in their chest. I mean, Dragonglass can't speak. We don't know if this person had a loving family or what kind of person he really was. You know, I tend to think he was like Brandon of the Bloody Blade. He was the person that slaughtered, possibly around 2,000 children of the Forest, the Blue Lake, and then it became known as the Red Lake. That's kind of my theory, is that he was, a Stark, but not a good Stark. And I think, with the news that we're getting, Game of Thrones, The Long Night is the first prequel after Game of Thrones, the first other series of Game of Thrones. I think that it's possible that it said in the first kind of synopsis that, the history of Westeros isn't what we think. So I definitely think there's a possibility that he was a good guy. But, I think he was part of that group that was cutting down weirwood trees and doing all of that and slaughtering children in the forest. But he was a Stark. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a twist. And I think it will be interesting, Bran kind of having to battle the Night King and Jon, and that being their ancient ancestor. And then, or maybe we're completely wrong, and he just wants to break the curse. And I mean, they've been alive. Let's assume they've been alive for 8,000, 9,000 years. That would really suck. I mean, I don't know. I used to think I want to live forever, but I'm not so sure about that. Peace and quiet is definitely a thing. Helen, make Mordor great again. Unpopular fact, I'm just not into the books. Laugh out loud. Don't shame show watchers. Yeah. So here on this channel, we like when I started with Game of Thrones, I watched the show first. Now, I didn't have a YouTube channel till a couple years later after I watched Thrones, but I read all the books. So people are both welcome that both watch the show and the books, whether it's just watching the show, whether it's just the books, whether it's both. We don't shame each other here. Everybody is welcome to have their opinions and chat, and no one person is better than the other. I know people that haven't read the books that have insane theories and breakdowns without reading the books, and they know things that happen in the books without even reading the books. So I feel like yeah, we don't do that negative stuff here, but thanks for bringing that up, Helen. And thank you for starting that donation train. Damn. I think we're already at 100 today. Oh, this is Yeah, this is awesome. Maura Lee, Mama Ogre's question: which Hogwarts house would you put major ruling houses of Westeros into? Damn. This is so hard. I don't really know. Chat, what do we think about this one? Which Hogwarts houses would you put in major ruling houses? Like, would I guess the Boldens could be Slytherin, maybe? I don't know. Is that a good enough comparison? It could be. Ravenclaw of the Vale? That's an interesting one. Gryffindor would be the Westerlands, I think. We share hype, not hate here. Yeah. We're all about that hype and love. Targaryen is Gryffindor. King McKay says Gryffindor or Lannisters. Whoa. Tully is Hufflepuff. Yeah, I'm totally a Hufflepuff. That's what I got in my when I did my little survey thing. Hey, Christine, welcome back. Lannisters are obviously Slytherin, super cunning and ambitious. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Oh, we got another donation. Shadow Fox, is there still wildfire? And by the way, thank you for that other donation, Maura Lee, and Mama Ogre's question. Maura Lee is already at $65 in donations today, single-handedly funding the channel. Shadow Fox, still wildfire in King's Landing. Will it survive? Yeah, I actually think that Jaime's going to ignite some wildfire. And that, you know, I talk about coming full circle in the Song of Ice and Fire, the circular nature of the hero's journey and a lot of these characters' story arcs. And I think that Jaime is actually going to kill Cersei, but I think he's going to sacrifice himself to blow up part of the army of the dead with the wildfire, doing the exact thing he tried to prevent the Mad King from doing. That would be kind of ironic of that to happen and that to be kind of his last moment. But it would definitely change the perception of what is written within the White Book and whatnot. So Rick Hoppy, Q&A. Will someone pull the dragon glass out of the Night King's chest? Yeah, there's a couple of really good theories on that, Rick. And save him? I don't know about that. Yeah, I tend to think he's going to be destroyed. Just how they talked about it in the show, at least, you know, when they kill the White Walkers, they seem to dissipate everything around them. I could see like a big shockwave happening after he is killed. I don't think that. I think he is too far gone for that to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think the dragon glass will be taken out of his chest. By the way, everyone, The Last Kingdom comes back next month. I believe it is on November 19th. And then like a week after Vikings comes back, me and King McKay will be covering both of those shows. We got a podcast and we're going to be doing videos on them. So just to let you know, it's not just going to be a Song of Ice and Fire content here on Azor Hype channel. I'm going to be doing Vikings and Last Kingdom. Now, we're going to keep it basically all medieval type stuff like Last Kingdom, Vikings, and Game of Thrones on this channel. And then on Channel Marvelous, we'll have like more superhero stuff and sci-fi stuff. So just to let everyone know, for those of you that watch Last Kingdom and Vikings, me and King McKay, he's yelling at me. He wants some whiskey or something. Yeah, really excited for both to come back. We also have Angelina Ahai in chat. And we have Smokahontas. Nice to see you.
Hello.
But really, really excited for that to come back. And, you know, maybe we can get someone like Aziz coming on for, he loves Last Kingdom. So maybe we can get him to come on. Actually, I'm going to try to get Aziz and me to, I mean, he's going to be staying here in LA. He actually won the first Patreon Con giveaway. That lucky guy. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to record something Song of Ice and Fire for you guys while he's up here in LA. We'll see. Let me let me ask about it. Blood Raven sends his regards. Yeah, the Night King is close. There's a Raven up here. Otilla Angel, I'm going out and about for a bit. Booking things for Con of Thrones, trying to coordinate with a friend. Yeah. So, by the way, everyone, if you are trying to coordinate for Con of Thrones and you are trying to find a rooming buddy or you want to learn more about Con of Thrones, we have Geek Chat 1 and there's like almost 400 people in there. And I know a lot of people are going to be going to Con of Thrones from that group. So if you do want to connect with all of us, Geek Chat 1, there's a link in the description of this video. It's a Facebook group where we chat about, you know, Marvel and Game of Thrones and all sorts of different stuff. So if you do want to connect with other people that are going to Con of Thrones, go check that out on Facebook. J.R. Radley is the creator of Geek Chat 1. And I believe there's a couple of different moderators you'll see here from the chat over there as well. So that is definitely something you should go check out. Seagulls, watch it now. Someone told me to not stroll on that beach. Seagulls gonna come, poke me in the coconut, and they did. And they did. You know, what's that called? The bad lip reading with yoga, with Yoda and Luke Skywalker. I said I wasn't going to sing on stream, but yeah. There you go. Shadow Fox. When Mel returns, who or what she will bring? She's definitely going to bring the 1001 fiery hand that are protecting the Red Temple. The Great Red Temple in Volantis, I believe. I think we're going to see her go to Volantis. We could see her bring a bunch of red priests over and kind of have this like battle of the undead being risen and people being brought back to life. That would be kind of crazy. The two opposites. Sasek, welcome. Nice to see you in the chat. Nicola. Yeah, it's actually not 100,000 fiery hand. It's 1,001 Nicola. 1,000 shadow babies or shadow demons. We got 88 people watching. We actually got 0 dislikes. I know someone's going to dislike it after I say this, but if anybody hasn't liked this video and you're enjoying this and you're enjoying hanging out right now, relaxing with me, yeah, like this video. We got 40 likes. I think we can improve upon that, right? Let's see what we can do here. Can we get some more likes? We got 40 likes. Okay. We got 86 people watching. Let's see how many likes we can get. Nyanor says, I actually have a theory that I didn't hear anywhere. Okay, interesting. It is possible that the Brand King left some residue of himself from trying to warg the Night King, and that's why they are so connected. Well, if any of you watch Harry Potter, and we saw in the TV show, the Night King touched his arm, and he had like an imprint of the Night King on his arm. Think of Bran as a Horcrux to the Night King. They are both connected. Their names are probably both Brandon. The Night King is probably a Brandon. So that is something that we got to consider, and the fact that they are connected. But that also means that Bran is connected to the Night King. So I think they will have mutually assured destruction, if you know what that means. And that I think that Bran needs to die for the Night King to die. And I think that both a sacrifice in ice and fire have to be made. And I think that Daenerys is the fire sacrifice, and Bran is the ice sacrifice. And Bran's physical body is going to die. He's going to have to die, and I think he's actually going to have to enter the mind of the Night King, warg him, skin change him, so to speak, and Jon is going to have to slay him with Lightbringer, whether that's, you know, Longclaw or whatever, but Jon is going to have to kill the Night King. And I think that Jon is that representation of water, which is both ice and fire, and he finally has something to live for. Him and Daenerys are probably having a child, but that's kind of how I see it going. I actually think that Bran is going to die. A lot of people really hate on me for this, but I can see his physical body dying and him kind of like living out through the weirwood trees and like entering ravens and whatnot, him kind of having his second life through some sort of direwolf or something like that. I can see that happening. So yeah, I do think that the Bran and the Night King are connected like that. Hey, we got Aziz in the chat. We were just talking about you, Aziz. That's why he stares at Jon, but I feel he's only coming after Bran. He wants to die. I mean, yeah, I mean, imagine you were frozen like that for 8,000 years. You had all of this power, but you're trapped, you know. We don't know if the Night King had a loving wife, like I said earlier, whether he had children. I mean, regardless of his actions, I mean, we see the perspective of someone like Cersei, for example. I don't empathize with her, but still, she is a human being. So you got to take that into consideration. And I think that the Night King, yeah, there is a possibility that he just wants to get out of that, you know, ice suit, you know, for example. So I don't see that happening at all, though. I definitely think that, you know, there's going to be finality when it comes to the Song of Ice and Fire. I know a lot of people think that the cycles are going to start over again, but just the breaking of the wheel, you know, I mean, just how the hero's journey goes. I know George is doing something different, but I really think there's an end to all of the magic, or most of the magic. There might be some ambiguity in the show, maybe. In the books, there'll probably be a little bit of magic left over, but I think, you know, maybe Bran in the Weirwood Tree or something like that. We get the, you know, creepy 3-eyed raven music or something like that. We have Anti-Gamer. What's going on? Yeah, Bran's got a freezer burn from the Night King, at least in the show. I mean, you know what's really interesting too is that Hold the Door is going to be canon to the books. Like, that's going to happen. When Dan and Dave were talking to George R. R. Martin, that is one of the big, like, one of the big 3 events. It was the burning of Shireen, Hold the Door, and then something else that we don't know yet. So that is going to happen. Whether, you know, Bran is connected to the Night King like he is in the show, whether he gets touched like the Night King and he has that kind of like Harry Potter connection to Voldemort that we see within the Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting, to say the least. There's so many different opinions that can be, you know, tossed out on this, whether the Night King wants to break his curse, whether he is just saying, hey, screw you guys, I'm here to break the wheel. Whether he's kind of got this, like, when he's like the Winter Soldier and he's like, you know, he's brainwashed into this one moment of revenge type deal. It's going to be really interesting to see. I personally think that yeah, he probably wants to die. I mean, being alive for 8,000 years and not being able to speak, being in an icy cold body, not being able to feel emotion like you're used to, I think that's pretty shitty. So I empathize with the Night King slightly, but you know, we'll see what happens. I really do think that they're going to answer. You know, there's going to be some bigger answers next season. I don't think we're going to get all the answers that we want because they're doing Game of Thrones, a Long Night prequel. But there's no way they can't tease us more about the backstory of the White Walkers and the Night King. There's no way. I just choose not to believe that. And as much as people want to discredit Dan and Dave and give them a hard time, there's no way that they don't do that. I just don't believe that. We got another donation from Shadowfox. Awesome. I think we're at $100 already today. Thank you so much for all of your generosity, everyone. Will organized religion survive the Great War? Yeah, I definitely think religion will still survive the Great War, the War for Dawn. It will definitely be looked at differently. I don't think we're going to get a lot of what that's going to be like. We're only going to get that small little snippet, the Dream of Spring, right? George is going to leave a lot of that open-ended, and that's how the story is meant to be told anyways. So I think that we are going to have some of that, but I think that, you know, we're going to have a lot more people that are, you know, questioning things after what's happened. And I think that this question that you've asked me leads me to this answer, is that Samuel Tarly is, you know, especially in the show, at least, I definitely think he's going to write the Song of Ice and Fire, and that's going to be maybe the last scene or one of the last scenes. So, because I think that the story needs to be told, and that's a lot of what's happening within the Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones. There's this like lost history that we don't know about, and real truth is being suppressed in a lot of ways. So I think that is something that we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of truth in the end of the Song of Ice and Fire. Helen says, yay, throw those coins, people. It's not like Chippendales here where with a white Canadian non-stripper. Yeah, the Canadian monies is a lot less than in American monies. I lose about almost 30 cents in the dollar. So, but, you know, Morley's keeping me afloat today, and I don't have to sell my body. So cheers to that. And I am drinking a little bit of Johnny White Walker today. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's amazing, though, but it's worth a try, I think. Nicola with the Night King marked Bran, Bloodraven's cave, lost magic protection. Same happened to the wall. Definitely, Nicola. I mean, they passed the wall, right? Part of it is busted. It's like saying if you have a shield and there's a big hole in it and someone can shoot through a shield, you know? So that's kind of what's happening. I mean, is the wall going to be needed at the end of the story? I mean, it kind of represents this big barrier, right? I mean, and the values that were once there from the wall have, I mean, the Night's Watch has changed. All of these different things have changed. So I think that it needs to come down. And I think that, you know, the wildlings who live beyond the wall, the North will be the true North. It will be all of the North. I think the wall will be gone. I think the wildlings in the North will, and the Night's Watch, there will be a very, very different landscape to what is happening, everyone. The whole world is going to be changed. like the Long Night is an apocalyptic style event. So got to remember that. Like a Ragnarok. Full review on the whiskey. It's what would I give it out of 10? Let me take a sip here. It basically just tastes like regular Johnny Walker, honestly. Yeah, it's like a 6.5 out of 10. What are we congratulating Maura Lee on? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, they're congratulating Maura Lee for being so generous. Damn. It's not gin, so it's a 6. Helen says, "Yeah, Helen McDaden, great again." I think we're going to a whiskey bar over the next couple days, and it looks like it has a really good menu, so that's exciting. 10 years cancer free. Everyone, Maura Lee. Oh, Maura Lee has literally been one of the most generous people, if not the most generous person that had. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to say how much she donated between Con of Thrones and Dragon Con in the super chat. Everyone, I did send her a copy of George R. R. Martin, copy of Game of Thrones signed by George R. R. Martin, but that doesn't even seem like enough with how generous and all the love and positivity that Maura shows. So, what I would like everyone to do is, we've got 87 people here watching. If every single person that is in the chat right now could spam a heart emoji, that would be awesome. Let's send like all of our positive love towards Maura. That would be awesome, right? And that's what we're here. And that's what we're all here about. That's what we're here for, man. Life is too short to hate on everything. Be happy, right? Let's be positive. Especially for something like that. Like, that is worth celebrating. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, that's what I love to see. Maura Lee is badass. Tam has also been dealing with that as well with cancer. So, Tam, we're sending our positive vibes towards you. And cancer affects everyone. It's just so shitty. Oh, I've never seen so many hearts in chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Keep it going. No, we're not stopping this heart train yet. Boom. Everybody, see, like, isn't love the best thing in the universe? I mean, come on. And I don't think there's a better thing. Well, all those hearts are going towards Tam Hutchins as well. And also our friend Erin. I haven't spoken to Erin in a while. She's been dealing with that as well. So anyone, we've lost some friends in this community from cancer. Cancer sucks. So yeah, well, all cheers, everybody. Let's cheers to fuck cancer. I will gladly be demonetized to say that. Fuck cancer. My grandmother, who was one of my best friends, passed away from cancer. And in her final days, like, she was so crazy tough, just looking back. And she was, at the end of her day, she was in hospice care. And there's this beautiful location in Northern Ontario called Arch, where she got to stay. And I got to enjoy some really, really nice moments in that final summer that she was still here with us. But, she had so much positivity, and she was sending so much positivity, even though she was really sick. And I had been going, this is when I was going through a really tough time with my injury and stuff like that. And I really look back, and, I used to feel sorry for myself a lot. And I know some of us can, and rightfully so. There's days where you want to feel shitty and stuff like that. But she is one of the big reasons why Hype and Love is a thing. I think about her all the time and all that she did for me. And, it's all the amazing memories and positive attitude that she had in the face of mostly everything in life. So, yeah, that's part of the reason, part of the inception of Hype and Love, everyone. I never really gave the beginnings of that story. That's when I really started to think about it. And it actually came from something very negative. So, yeah, Hype and Love to that. All right, let's get back to some Game of Thrones chat. Let's get back to some Game of Thrones chat. It is so beautiful out here today. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can give you a little tour maybe. There's a beautiful garden back there. Can everyone see it? This is where I'm chilling. There's Like, look at that, right? It's so cool. And there's all sorts of different cacti behind me. But there's this beautiful garden back there. And it's really, really nice. Oh, and it's been so beautiful while I've been here in California. My goodness. I really couldn't have asked for better weather. Mate, can I show you the mountains maybe? Let me see if I can show you the mountains. Can you kind of see the mountain in the background, everyone? Oh, it is so beautiful. Can barely see it, but sorry about moving around like that, but those are some beautiful mountains here in California. Felt like I had to share that with all of you. Yeah, Aziz is coming here to California in 9 days. Let's congrats, Aziz. I came out here. I was actually going to go home about a month ago, everyone, but I just say, Rick, who's here, was generously said I could stay here if I wanted to come out to Patreon Con. I had been kind of deciding whether it's something that I could afford, which is not. It's not really something that I can afford, but I felt like I should come out here because as a content creator, I've been traveling a lot, and I know I haven't been making as many videos, but one thing that I do really, really honestly care about so much is anybody that has supported the channel. I don't come from a lot of money, so anybody that donates even $1, that means something to me. So I wanted to go to Patreon Con, and I want to go to Patreon Con, and I want to learn as much as possible so I can make Patreon better for all of you and learn how to give back and do better things. And I feel like if I go there or take some criticism and I learn from other content creators who have failed and succeeded, I can really start to build this channel into something that's better. So that's part of the reason why I'm out here in California. I know most of you know, but Aziz won tickets to Patreon Con. And I thought I was going to be all alone going to this convention, my first convention going all alone, but Aziz will be out here. So that's going to be kind of cool. And Aziz won a hotel room and tickets to Patreon Con. So it's going to be nice. And we're going to meet up with some friends and hang out. And maybe me and Aziz will do a little special something if Aziz has some time over when he's down here for Patreon Con. Something that's Song of Ice and Fire. Something fun for you guys. I'm not here with George Cammy. I'm here with my friend Rick Hockey, actually. Mama Ogre says, Kyle, would you move to California? I would love to. Oh, my goodness. I just don't know if I can afford it yet. If the channel grows enough and enough good things happen, and if Marvelous grows, maybe it's a possibility that I move out here to California. I feel like I belong here, after enduring 32 winters. But it is what it is, So, all right, there you have it. Aziz has agreed to it. We're gonna do a podcast out here for you guys or something. We'll figure something out, something fun. But honestly, the California, the California weather, it just has an effect on your mind. It is just so good for you getting proper vitamin D every day. It is expensive. Okay, so let's get back to some more questions. I know we had a little bit of a sidetrack going on here. But it's time to we got Simon in the chat from Blaze Manga. If you guys haven't checked him out, the links to all of his Etsy site and his web pages and Facebook are in the description of this video. Blaze Manga, who have created the Azora Hype art. So let's get back to, we've been actually just talking mostly about the Night King today, mostly about the Night King and the dragons. And I guess that's rightfully so. I mean, those are two things that we're really going to see a lot of in Game of Thrones season 8. I'm sorry if there's some sounds in the background, by the way, everyone. I hope we don't hear that chainsaw again. That was going for like an hour while I was out here. So hopefully, knock on. I don't have any wood to knock on right now, but. You know what? The people here in California are so laid back too. It's insane. All right, here we got a question. Anime lover, who will rule the North? I actually think it's going to be Sansa Stark. I actually think that Sansa either becomes Queen of Westeros or she rules the North. She's going to get one of the two. Who do you think will rule Westeros by the end, Maura? I think it's going to be Jon. I think Jon survives the series. I don't think there will be a ruler of Westeros. I think that the Iron Throne is going to be dissolved like the One True Ring in Lord of the Rings. So I'm speaking more and more about this lately. I haven't even released my video on it yet. I don't think I'm the first one to say this, though. I just want to put that out there. I'm not the first one to say that the Iron Throne will be melted down like the One True Ring. It was there's definitely people who have probably theorized and compared the Iron Throne to Tolkien's One True Ring. Let's see. Sansa the Betrayer will claim the North. Yeah, Tal Mascadan, I don't believe that at all. I think that Sansa is going to do something really amazing, both in the books and the show. Q&A. Ramsay's Hound still alive after eating Ramsay? Daisy Kowalczykowski, I do believe that they're still alive, yeah. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to throw this curveball out there, Daisy. The Hounds are still alive. Yeah, well, actually, the Hound came back, which is foreshadowing that Ramsay's Hounds are still alive. Definite. I mean, the connection there, like, come on. Anybody else say that on YouTube yet? Has anybody had that theory yet? The Hound came back, and, I mean, Ramsay's Hounds are still alive. I mean, the connection is just, right? Mind-blowing, right? I think it's gonna be Jon or Sansa, one of the two. I think we got to narrow it down to those two people, because I think if Bran doesn't die, he's going to be the three-eyed raven, and Arya, that's not her thing. So think about it. Morally, Q&A, do you think there will be a small council rule? I think I think we're going to see something very similar to what happened in Arthurian legend, where there was a Knights of the Round Table, and we got religions that's still around Westeros, so maybe we can have like a council of the seven or something like that. Maybe the seven kingdoms will be seven again, and there's one representing each kingdom, something like that. That's kind of how I see things going morally. I think there will be more of a less of hereditary monarchy and more of a constitutional one, maybe, or meritocracy. More like, there'll be more hints of a meritocracy in there. Yeah, the wheel's definitely going to be. I 100% the wheel's going to be broken on both scales, where it involves magic and both politics. Hey Ben, nice. Thanks for joining the chat and hanging out today. Yeah, when I talk like breaking the wheel, if you think about it, there's more than one wheel that has to be broken, and the wheel that really started everything was the one with the White Walkers and the Children of the Forest when it came to religion and belief. So I think that there will be two wheels that will be broken. Q&A, will there be Hound Walkers? Are we talking about Sandor Clegane, CC? Can you clarify that for me just for a second? Or you mean ice spiders as big as hounds? Maybe in the books, yeah. I don't know about the show if they're going to be able to do that with budget. Letitia Williams, Q&A, how do you think Sam will react when he finds out Dany killed his brother and father? I think it's going to be similarly to how Jon feels about finding out about his parentage, that he doesn't have a lot of time to sulk about anything. The job needs to things need to change, man. Like, think about it. Something needs to go down, and things really need to change within Westeros. George is trying to tell us that, and I think that that's something that we really, really need to focus on. I mean, the misogynism, the patriarchy, the violence, the everything. What I do with my hair? My hair is just a mess right now. My hair's still here. See, my hair's still here. Don't worry. I'm growing the beard back as well, by the way. And there is a beard fund in chat, apparently. Morally seems to think there's a beard fund. We might as well just create a beard fund. Morally made $50 donation to the beard fund coming back. So, yeah. Both Sandor and Ramses. Yeah, I think we're more likely to see white direwolves. See, I think the direwolves are going to be. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is dogs that are whites. Possibly that would be a really interesting curveball they throw. I mean, at least in the show, visually, it'll be interesting. How do you fight? I mean, they run differently and they're more agile than most humans. So that would be a problem. White dogs. Ooh, white hounds. Bearded Kyle is the best. Yeah. I feel like I lost some of my power. You know, like Samson in the Bible cuts his hair and he loses his power. I feel like I've lost some of my power. And actually, when I returned to Atlanta, I stayed in Atlanta 3 different times this year. Aziz was like, "What's going on here, man? You look so different." And I felt pretty shitty, I won't lie. Mr. Skill and Gilly pregnant before the end of the show. Go, Sam, go. Yeah, that could definitely be possible. I think that the dream of spring, when we look at Ragnarok, there's, kind of like the Adam and Eve that take over the world after the sundering of the planet from ice and fire and great floods and everything. I think that, Sam's baby and Jon's baby, and Jon and Danny's Sam's baby Sam, and Jon and Daenerys' baby are kind of going to represent the future of Westeros. So we'll definitely get hints of that. There will be symbolism for that. Oh, we got another donation. Shadow Fox with the 3rd donation of the day. Hype and love for the beard. Really, really appreciate that. And thank you once again, everyone, for donating. My allergies are way better, Brett Ben. Yeah. At this time of year, though, like, in fall, there's more moisture and stuff like that. There's all sorts of things that make me, like, in spring and fall, I seem to have allergies. In the summer, not so much, really. It's kind of weird. Marty Davidson, do you think Jon being a Fire White can physically touch the Night King? Very interesting, yeah. I know a lot of people use the term Jon is a Fire White. I really don't believe that Jon is a Fire White. Jon is completely unique. He's a representation of water, not fire, actually. He is both ice and fire. So, I don't know. Should we call him a Water White? I mean, a lot of people think that, the drowned god in Aeron Greyjoy is making water whites, but I don't think Jon is a Fire White. I don't personally like and subscribe to that term. Since this all began with the children of the forest, I think it may end with the real children living and building. Yeah. There's a helicopter, everyone. Sorry about that. Patchface is a Water White. Yeah. There's a lot of symbolism for that. Yeah, Jon is not a Fire White. Dude, did he actually get revived by the Red God? Is that confirmed? I don't know about that. Beavercat Productions. Maybe Jon is the drowned god. It's very interesting. Got to run, Cammy. Thank you for joining us. If she survives, will Dany feel more at home in Essos than Westeros? Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. But I mean, if she survives, she's going to be committed to the rebuilding of Westeros, because if she survives, then I think both her and Jon survive. In the original outline, Jon, Daenerys, Arya, Bran, and Tyrion survive. So I think that if she does survive, I personally don't think she does. Yeah, she'll be part of the rebuilding of Westeros. I think that actually, if she does survive, I think she'll melt down the Iron Throne. I think the Iron Throne is getting melted down by Jon or Dany, both. CC Stark, $2 for the Beard Fund. Oh, yes. $2 is like $1,000 Canadian, so thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Jon was brought back to life. He's just not a Fire White. Yeah. I mean, I think Jon's resurrection, it seems like there's been other resurrections. I mean, Barrett counts and others count, but Jon's resurrection is completely unique. Everything that happened with him, he's very much a Christ-like figure, or at least what happens to him. So I think that we have to throw all the stuff we really think with Jon out the window. I really do. I think that Jon is that unique character. And people say, well, that's cliche. No, it's not. I'll stop you there. This is George's story, which is completely different from any other story. Yeah, he has things he's doing, but I mean, let's not go there. Shadow Fox, did George R. R. Martin not say Jon is a Fire White? If he did, I haven't seen it personally. Azor Hype, if they still need the wall, who will be the 1,000th Lord Commander? That's really interesting. Jaime Lannister would be the best candidate for that, but I think he's biting the dust. Ooh, this is a really tough one. Who could be a great Dolorous? Okay, it says I think Dolorous Edd is going to die. Jorah, if he survives, right? Jorah would be great, but I think he dies protecting Jon or Daenerys. I think Jaime, Jorah are two really good candidates, but I think they're both going to die. Yeah, Jorah's like probably the best one, right? History repeating itself there. Those are my two options. I just yeah, George R. R. Martin confirmed that Beric was a Firelight. Not Jon, though, I believe. Sandor, that would be really interesting. Sandor being Lord Commander, but like he doesn't have patience to rule or anything like that. Sandor would just be like telling people to fuck off half the time. Yeah, I think that next season 8, episode 1, the Night's Watch is getting destroyed, and it's going to be gone. It'll like the Seven Kingdoms, the Kingsguard, that will or led by Brienne, perhaps. That I think that's definitely a possibility. That will be what, and everybody together collectively will have acknowledged that there is, even though the White Walkers are gone, there is still a chance that some sort of magic happens in the future. So that's a thing. Tormund, that would be interesting, Ben. Tormund being a wildling taking over the Night's Watch, that would be subverting a trope because technically it was people from royal families or people that were, or mostly people from royal families that were Night's Watch commanders. Ooh, anime lover. Does Sir Davos live or die? I think Sir Davos is going to die of old age, much like Maester Aemon. I love me some Davos. He's one of my favorite characters. I think he survives the whole series. So another thought that I have about Davos, if Jon and Daenerys die, he's going to be there for their child. I think that Jon and Dany are definitely having a kid. Jon coming back and not being any sort of white is probably one of those things that sets him apart. I mean, jeez. He fell in the show, he fell through the ice into the cold water as well, and he came out of that. I mean, fire and ice and fire Jon is, and he's special. Antique Gamer. Oh, awesome. Donation. Thank you so much. For the Beard Fund, what is the Beard Fund for? I don't know. People just started a beard fund and started donating money. I'm growing back my beard. I mean, that's what the beard fund is for, I guess, to encourage me to keep on growing my beard. I don't need encouragement, though, but I mean, thank you for the donations, everyone. Let's keep the beard fund going, I guess. The beard fund could be could actually just be nice people making nice donations. I don't know. Man, the Blackfish dying off screen like that pisses me right off. One of my fave characters. Didn't like that very much. Didn't like the death of Barristan as well. How will Jaime die, Beavercat? I think Jaime is going to die by wildfire. I think he's going to blow himself up after he kills Cersei. Well, at least in the show. I think in the show he's going to. Hopefully you can't hear that. Mr. Skillen for the beer fund. Okay, we got a beard fund and we got a beer fund. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, they did the Blackfish dirty for cheesy on that one. You just watched that episode this morning, fake Arya. Blackfish is not dead, says me, Ice and Fire. No, Blackfish is dead in the show. Can everybody hear that, by the way? Can you guys let me know in the comment section if you hear that chainsaw? Or whatever that is, the weed whacker. Hopefully it isn't too distracting in the background. Yeah, I think Jaime does the exact, I think he does the exact doing the exact thing he tried to prevent with Mad King Eris. I think he dies using Wildfire in King's Landing. Oh, damn. Pardon me. Whew. There's someone cutting down trees, or like it's like it's super loud for me. Thank God you guys can't hear it. Oh, damn. Sorry. Coughing like crazy there. But thank you everyone for being so generous today. There's been like over $100 in donations, so it's been a while since we've cracked that number. So thank you so much for that. Another question here. Parker Evans, do you think Bran could claim the Iron Throne after? No, Bran has zero interest in that, Parker. He claims the Weirwood Throne, the Three-Eyed Raven Throne, my friend. Carrie says, I think it will be Tyrion who sets off the wildfire. Ooh. I mean, Tyrion knows the location of a lot of these things. That's if there is wildfire left, everybody. We got to remember that, Cersei blew up a lot of that. But it is stated that the Mad King stashed it all over King's Landing. So maybe they just blew up King's Landing. I don't know. We saw the Red Keep in Daenerys' House of the Undying Vision in the show. It was quite revealing. Part of the Red Keep was destroyed. So Anime Lover with another donation, keeping that donation train going. Thank you, guys. The beer fund. I don't have a beer right now, but I shall drink a little bit of this White Walker whiskey. I think I might have a beer later. We're going to go get some fish tacos. Really good. I think it's like $1 fish tacos down the street. They're like fried and breaded fish tacos. Super delicious. Going to have some of those. Nicholas says, will Sam go back to Hornhill or to the Citadel? I think Sam's actually going to be maybe in Winterfell writing the Song of Ice and Fire. How about that? That's something that's a little bit different. Ben Drescher says, Azor Hype, do you have any thoughts about when the trailer for Season 8 will come out? I'm very impatient. Yeah, all the other seasons, it's been kind of interesting. But this season that's coming up is the end of the story. So I think that they're going to be very careful when they release it. And I don't think we're going to get much, honestly. Because apparently they've got these vehicles that people could go in and shoot that they can actually shoot down drones, and they've written multiple endings by the seams of it, from what it seems. So we shall see about that. I don't know if we're gonna get much of a trailer at all. I think there'll be teases about it, but yeah, that's what I think about that mostly. Oh damn. We gotta. So there's a beard fund, there's a beer fund, and now there's a taco fund. I'm loving this. Bread fund, Claire Gray. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got an epic donation train going down. Oh my God, that's 4 donations in a row. Marta Lee with the taco fund. Oh shit. That's a lot of tacos. There's carne asada, there's carnitas, there's fish tacos. They've got all sorts. They got all sorts of good stuff there. It's called Baja Tacos. Really good. Claire Gray. Yep. Claire Gray was part of the small council for sure. She's really awesome. Rick Hoppy says, maybe most of the people in King's Landing become whites and end up being killed by wildfire. Yeah, definitely. We have Jaws Whedon in the chat. Oh my God. Everyone, Jaws Whedon is in the chat. Get hype. Cheers, my friend, says Isaac Philippo. I'm thinking about Bran making a major twist at the final. Yeah, I think the third twist might be with Bran. We could, probably see that. Claire, I am currently in Pasadena, California right now. Actually, Rick Hoppy is in the chat, who just posed the last question, everyone. I'm staying with Rick. So if everybody wants to show him some love for letting me stay here. Taco. We got another donation. Oh my God, that's 5 donations in a row. How will Qyburn come to an end? Ooh. You know what would be really interesting? if Qyburn actually survived the whole series. He's got that creepiness about him. I don't know if Qyburn dies. How about that? If he does die, he's probably going to be killed by like Sandor or Arya, maybe. I think he's going to be around near the Clegane Bowl or something like that. But I don't think Qyburn's going to die, actually, maybe. Arya could take his face and we don't even know it, like off screen or something. And then that's another big twist. And then Arya shanks Cersei or something like that. I think if Arya does kill Cersei, she's taking one of two faces or one of three faces. One, it's either Qyburn, Jaime Lannister, or in the show, the maiden, the handmaid that saw Sansa have her first period and saw Jaime and Cersei in bed. So if Arya does make the kill, she's definitely taking someone's face. Arya takes the Iron Throne using another person's face. Ooh. Yeah, she doesn't have ambition for the Iron Throne. I mean, she has ambition to take out people who are abusing power, I think. But yeah, I don't see that happening with Arya at all. I'm going to be back in just a moment, everyone. I'm going to let you enjoy this out here. I'm just going to go grab a soda. Be right back. I saw a poster of Arya and Cersei. Yeah, anything that is out right now concerning Game of Thrones Season 8, I really don't know if I trust it all. I'm actually going to try to mostly stay away from a lot of that stuff here on the channel. I think that enjoying the last season organically without... I know a lot of people like leaks and spoilers and stuff like that, but that's not me. Like Arya, that's not me. I just can't vibe with that. You know what I mean? So yeah. But there's gonna be so many things that happen in Game of Thrones Season 8 that are gonna be awesome, that we're really gonna enjoy. I mean, Clegane Bowl is gonna go down. I mean, definitely really excited. I mean, I'm hoping we get it, but the story of the Night King and whatnot. Marty Davidson, I wish I could hit that pen with you. My friend, I do love me some California and what is down here for Sheezy. Nicola, will Sandor have his own kids? Yeah, Sandor, that's not going to happen with Sandor. Mr. Skillen, Jon and Cersei get married at the end and unite the realm, the greatest peace since King Robert. Yeah, that's not happening. I love you, Jon, but yeah, nope, not happening. Ben Drescher, I know how it ends. Hot Pie bakes a pie and ends the war for the Dawn. Everybody have some of this massive pie that I've made. It's Kit from 7 Days in Hell, tennis spoof film. It was on HBO. Andy Samberg, who's also in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Huge fan of that show. Steven Ryder, I'll have to share a pic with you on Geek Chat 1, Kyle. Yeah, if it's of that stuff, you'll have to share it with me privately, my friend. Don't give up on the gravy. Hashtag for Hot Pie. We can't forget that, everyone. Can we get a hashtag? Don't give up on the gravy for Hot Pie. We can't give up on the gravy, can we? Auntie Ganger, I only want to see Cersei as the Night Queen. Yeah. Ben Drescher, I know this character is useless, but do you think Hot Pie will show up at all? I mean, yeah, we might get a fan service moment, like Arya and them are like going for food, or like they're trying to evacuate people at the crossroads or something like that. Some of that Winterfell. Yeah, imagine Hot Pie would like came back to Winterfell with Arya after the War for the Dawn or something. That'd be cool. I think Arya probably leaves Westeros though, for the most part. Don't give up. Don't give up on the gravy. Hashtag poutine. Man. Yeah, apparently there's a decent poutine place in here in California. I'm skeptical. Apparently it's pretty close to here too, but I don't know. I'm really picky about how I have my poutine. And yeah, people say poutine, but it's actually poutine. Pour la personne qui parle français comme moi, c'est la poutine. So in French it's poutine, in English it's poutine. I get it, but it's poutine. Ça j'aime poutine. You're not getting me to speak French, everyone. I'm not reverting back. Hear me out, Parker says. Night King was a noble character and sacrificed himself to become the Night King. Eventually, he gets reverted to his original human form. Night King takes the Iron Throne, but as a human? Whoa! That would be insane. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an Iron Throne in the end, Parker. How do you make poutine? So you have fries. Yeah, actually, you can do it with fries or hash browns. The hash browns have to be like super crispy, though. Cheese curds and gravy, and then you can put toppings like pulled pork, or I've had poutine with bechamel sauce, cheese, and lobster. I've had like a Mexican style one with carnitas, like pulled pork and barbecue sauce and cheese and gravy. I've had one with chicken gravy and sweet peas and caramelized onions, like a pot pie type of. Oh my God, I've had so many different types of poutine. Niano, j'adore l'accent. Merci Niano, c'est vraiment génial pour ton compliment. Merci. Oh, dude, cheese curds. We can't get those in Cali that I find. Yeah, Rick says there is cheese curds there. I'm taking his word for it, but I'm not sure. I mean, if it is shredded, if it's like grated cheese, is bullshit. Because what happens when you have the fries, they get melty on the fries, and then you put the gravy on top, the cheese curds still have texture. So it's like you're getting the meltiness from some of the cheese, but you're also still getting texture from cheese. So you get melty and chewy cheese. I don't know. That's how I like it anyways. Ben Drescher says, I have no doubt in my mind that Wildfire will play a big role in the endgame of Season 8. Yes. My favorite poutine is caramelized onions, bacon, and mushrooms, actually, with a beef gravy. That is, it is. We actually have this one at a place called West Side Diner. And it's literally like 4 people can share it, and it's like $15. It's not even. I don't think it's even that much, but it's a large one, and it's like literally, it's enough for 8 people probably. But me and 4 buddies have crushed one before. After the bar or something like that, after a few drinks or after going out to smoke a few J's or something like that. Whoa, Mia. You don't think fries and gravy go together? That is false. Let me tell you. Daisy says Belgian version of fries and gravy is frietstoffelies. I know. It's like, isn't it a Belgian thing to have frites and mussels? I mean, isn't that a thing? C'est quoi ça, bordel? C'est quoi ça, le bordel? C'est quoi ça, le bordel? Is that what you're trying to say, Jean-Luc Picard? Just go find. Yeah, perfect hangover cure. Another really good one that I've had is like a cheese, we'll do a cheeseburger on the grill, and they'll like chop it up and put it in there, and they'll have like pickles. Like they'll make pickle fries, and they'll throw pickle, like a deep fried little pickles and fries. Oh my God, that is like next level. And I've also had one like onion rings and French fries, and then there's one with sweet potato fries, which is really good. Sweet potato fry poutine is good as well. Moulin and frites. Yeah, moulin and frites. Pardon me. Chilaquiles? I've never had chilaquiles, Jean-Luc. Or bacon cheddar fries. I mean, wouldn't bacon cheddar fries kind of be like chili cheese fries? I've had chili cheese fries before. Chips, yeah. And people in UK say chips as well. We say fries. Helen says Belgians are weird as well. Another good hangover cure is more alcohol. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but I went to a member of the Brotherhood Without Banners. Blackfire had a party the other night, and they had a block of ice that was carved out, and they had two like luge pass. And you pour a shot down there, and you're at the bottom. And you would take shots from this block of ice. So that was pretty badass. By the way, everyone, me and Gemma is on vacation, but one thing that we have decided for all of those people who have supported us on is that a lot of you have been asking. We usually do half-an-hour bonus podcasts. That is now a thing of the past. For everybody that is signed up on Patreon, and that is everybody, even if you are a $1 patron, you get an hour-long podcast, extra hour-long Citadel of Hype podcast every week. So if you are supporting the channel on Patreon, bonus podcast for patrons only if you're signed up for Patreon. And it's going to go from half an hour to double that time. Me and Gemma are not only going to do that, but what we're going to do is we're going to let you vote on the episode topics from now on. So we'll give you some sort of poll, and then you'll all be able to vote on what we're going to be talking about. And in that subject, it'll be like the poll will be done on Tuesday or something, and then we'll record it. And then and what we decide to do is, since we do the podcast usually on Fridays, we'll release the bonus pod on like a Monday or something. So you have the podcast on Friday and then the bonus podcast on Monday, so you can have some like extra content or whatever. So me and Gemma have talked about it. We felt like all the support that we were having, we weren't doing enough for all of you. So more bonus podcast is coming, and they're going to be an hour long. So thank you so much to everyone that has stayed on Patreon to support us. That is one thing that I want to announce for all of you. Steven Ryder, am I missing something while I went on that little? The Night's King is coming for hot pie. He wants that brown butter bread. Ooh, sounds pretty tasty. Oh, by the way, for all of those of you who do want to sign up for that, link to the Patreon is in the description of this video. And we have a name for the people on Patreon. We call them the Hype Bringers. So really, really appreciate that. We're about, we got like an hour and 15 so far. Let's go for another 10 minutes, I think, and that'll make it an hour and a half. And now I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. Those fish tacos are calling my name. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing longer live streams too. I usually only go live for an hour, but I like them. I like doing them for an hour and a half. I get to hang out with you guys a little bit more. You get to ask more questions. I think we're just going to increase everything in length on the channel. You know, go from the 10-minute videos we've seen to more 15, 20-minute videos, longer podcasts, longer live streams. Just more fun, right? I did not get to go. I don't think I'm going to head up Disneyland while I'm here, AU in Cali. But if I do, I will. Hey, Peter the Noble, what's going on? Oh, we do have a couple of new patrons that I can't announce here. One second. Let's go back. I want to give a shout out to our new Hype Bringers that signed up this month. 1 second. Let's do this real quick. Kidney pie? I've never had kidney pie. Otilla Angel has edited her pledge up. We have Leah McKinley. Really, really appreciate that. Let's show some more. And we have Anime Lover and Andrew Burnett also became patrons this month. So thank you so much to all of you. Let's show some hype and love in the chat. You guys like to hang out with me too? I would hope so. We love hanging out with you as well. Well, I love hanging out with you more. How about that? The longer, the better. I am speaking of streams. Yes, you can't go wrong with a good steak and frites, Jean-Luc Picard. Actually, let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun here at the end of the stream. We talked a lot about Game of Thrones so far, but let's have a little fun. Let's do open questions. Let's talk about best hangover food right now. So what is the best hangover food from everyone? Mama Ogre says, I'm listening to this while I'm running a Game of Thrones Harry Potter crossover fanfic. You're inspiring me to keep going. You guys inspire me. Hey, we got Dan Carroll in the chat, everyone. Let's show Dan some love. Dan is media relations director for DragonCon. Super stoked when I get to hang out with Dan in Atlanta. In-N-Out Burger says, Mr. Skillen, a Bloody Mary, Turkish food. I agree. I guess we could also put Turkish food. Oh, we got a leaf in my whiskey. Ah, damn, that's fine. I also, if Turkish food is also Lebanese food, then shawarmas and kebab plates, hell yes. Pho or pho, I agree. Pho is also great. Chicken soup. Gin is good for getting drunk and sober. Okay. I'm listening to this Jeremiah, the Jeremiah. A breakfast, like eggs, hash browns, bacon, a bunch of toast, chicken. Hangovers are sugar driven. Yeah, I usually drink a shitload of water if I know I've drank a lot before bed. English breakfast. Okay, English breakfast has significant amount more calories than our breakfast. Waffle House, Krispy Kreme's cheap ass frozen Bob Evans croissants. Yeah, burgers. Burgers are good hangover food. A couple cheeseburgers, and it's funny. You wake up to eat, and then you go back to bed after you're like biscuits and gravy, blood sausage. Okay, I've tried blood sausage a couple times. It's not really my favorite. Avoid a hangover being horrible by absorbing protein. Poutine and gravy. Yeah, that's why I usually go get greasy food after I'm drunk. A pizza rolled up. Like a donair. Okay. Or a gyro. Poutine and gravy. Boudin noir en français. Yeah, boudin noir. I've had boudin noir before. Damn right, nothing beats a greasy cheeseburger. Oh, now I'm getting so hungry. Guys, I might have to end the stream in a couple minutes early. Roscoe's chicken waffles. I'm going to get some tacos today for sure. I'm going to get some today for cheesy. I like Waffle House. I've been some good Waffle Houses and some really bad ones. Let's just say that. Peanut butter bacon shake at Five Guys. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oysters, clams, and cockles. 830 North Lake Avenue, Pasadena. What's that, Mr. Skillen? Here, let's copy that. That's pretty close to here, I'm pretty sure. What are you recommending, man? Let's type this in Google. Oh, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. No. I'm vaping from my vape pen. Trouble Lee, I am always hungry. Omelet made with ham, onions, green peppers, and tomatoes. Ooh, covered with salsa. Ooh, that sounds good. A good carbonara pasta is awesome. Okay. I mean, there's really so many. You know, I like anything fried. Anything fried when you've had a few drinks. I'll move there and roll out 7 days later. Ooh, I haven't had a good carbonara pasta in a while. Last night, me and Rick went to this one place called Santorini, and I had seafood cioppino. It had mussels, it had clams, it had calamari, it had crazy delicious shrimp. Oh my god! We also had a thing called shrimp soltato, and it's actually pieces of like crispy potato on the outside, and the inside is super creamy. Pieces of like French bread and shrimp, and with like a bunch of cream and cheese. That was amazing. And then Rick actually had a lamb shank with couscous. That was, and we saw some really good Italian food there. I bet you they probably have a good carbonara. But oh damn, that seafood cioppino. It was, and the portions were like, holy moly. That's some of the best food I've gotten to have for sure. There's 4 Guys in Arcadia. Yeah, I'm trying to save that. I'm trying to save that money so I don't have to sell my body. Yeah, I am definitely hungry now. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been really, really fun. Doing a live stream out here in the backyard. I'm going to be going live with Indie Geek on Thursday. There is no Citadel of Hype podcast on Friday, but I will go live on Friday. Just so we keep the regular schedule, and I'll go live. Maybe I'll go live from here again. We'll do another backyard stream, and maybe we'll do a drink and snack stream. I'll have some snacks here. We'll hang out. We'll make it super cash, and we'll talk about a few different things. Yeah, and if you want to see the dinner that we enjoy, you can follow me on Instagram. That's one of the best ways to get a hold of me or get in touch with me and hang out with me. I chat with quite a few people on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter at AzoroHype, at AzoroHype on Instagram. Super easy to follow me, and at AzoroHype on Facebook. So at AzoroHype on all social media, easy to find me. If you do want to support the channel, you can do so in a couple ways. We have one-time PayPal donations, super generous people that do that. Thank you so much for all of you that do support the channel that way. And also Patreon, you can sign up for bonus podcast content, early access to my videos, and become part of the Hype and Love family on Patreon, the Hype Bringers. And once again, everybody that was super generous today that donated. Wow. So many donations today. Really, really appreciate all of your generosity for the Beard Fund, for the Beer Fund, for the Taco Fund. Thank you for joining me today and hanging out. And next stream, I'll be on Indie Geeks channel on Thursday night. I believe it's going to be 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to go live probably around the same time. And we'll do it during the day on Friday. Hopefully there'll be some nice weather and we can hang out and do another stream since we don't have a Citadel of Hype podcast. Gemma is on vacation. Thanks again for joining, everyone. I really, really appreciate you all. Hype and Love.